about my love. Wasn't it enough? Just let me know so I
Listen,
can hold
this
you.
offseason, the Arizona Cardinals have went through a lot of changes. New coaching staff, some new players get involved. Some players have exited the team. But one thing that's constant is Kyler Murray is still on the team. But for how long? Gentlemen, let me ask. Will this be the last year Kyler Murray plays as an Arizona Cardinal? Dante, start off with you.
It's gonna be a short one for me. This ain't his last. This ain't his last year. You don't pay all that money to Kyler Murray and just to give him up, regardless of what everybody thinks. And I've gone on record and said this. I think the Cardinals have a better season than what people are going to expect. They're not going to be the worst team in the league. And when that happens and he comes back and actually makes a difference, again, sitting out this whole time, going through the injury, we've seen it time and time again how injuries change people. And he stayed off of social media. He's not trying to be the center of attention anymore. He might have grown up a little, and that injury might have humbled him. When you are away from the thing that you kind of loved and you don't have that thing anymore, you kind of miss it, right? And with all the people that are talking about, and it reminds me of this, and this is what people don't understand. It reminds me of this when he was in college. He transferred out from Texas A&M because he couldn't get the start there, wasn't playing well. Then comes to Oklahoma and has his spirits lift right back up with Lincoln Riley. And what did he do? Even during a bad season collectively for Oklahoma, I think they lost 2 or 3 games that year, he still won the Heisman and was the best player in the country. Then comes to the NFL, and we were just talking about 2 years ago that this dude was in MVP contention. That talent doesn't just go away. And I think he's going to come back and make a difference once you see Josh Dobbs think it up and all the rest of those guys at quarterback. Kind of Clayton Tune's probably not ready for prime time. And then Kyler Murray's going to come in and he's going to have a slow progression, but he's going to work his way back. And people are going to be like, wow, I'm glad you're back. And they're going to start winning games. This is not the last year that Kyler Murray's going to be there. People need to stop with the Caleb Williams stuff too. The total trajectory of this is gonna change if he comes back. All he needs to do is mature, and I think he has done that. You have seen on social media where he's with his teammates more, that he's not saying anything, he's not trying to be the center of attention. I think that all matters, man. I don't think they're gonna give up on him. If they do, this will be worse than Trey Lance getting traded to the Cowboys. If they trade him away or let him go to another team. And who would want to pick him up if he does have a terrible season when he gets back? I think that's even worse for another team. Who would want to take his contract?
I know one team that would pick him up on the spot. Minnesota Vikings.
Oh my God. I don't even talk about. All they want is a running quarterback. These dudes be. I ain't even gonna say nothing, bro. They want to run a quarterback so much, and then they have a quarterback that's like top 5 in every statistical category for a quarterback every damn year, but had the 31st ranked defense, and then say Kirk Cousins is the issue, and it can't get him over the hump.
That defense was garbage.
Well, at least in that stance, I wouldn't blame the Vikings on. I'm gonna blame Kirk Cousins. We know what's the free agent. My guy's trying to get paid.
That defense was garbage. As Nemo Dante.
Arizona Cardinals, we know that they are not ones to be afraid of pulling the trigger. They draft Josh Rosen next year, goodbye. They have Steve Wilkins next year, goodbye. They have no problems of letting go. So let me ask you, do you think this is Kyler Murray's last year?
Source said, wait. When did anyone ever say that this dude was MVP talks? When they went on that 10-game or 9 or 10-game winning streak, he was playing lights out that year. What are we talking about?
It was on Murray.
Yeah, we're talking about Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah, it was 2 seasons ago. This is his worst year, and he got hurt. What are we talking about here?
Again, the issue with Kyler Murray is just like how Dante said. It's his maturity. Again, he chooses to focus his time on video games other than the playbook. He chooses, to put his attention on things that are not football, and that's what's getting him in trouble right now. Like Dante said, you see him working with the team now more. It's because I'm pretty sure he's been given that ultimatum. Either you look good this year or we will move on.
Didn't they name him team captain too?
But a lot of that, is because of after what was said, in the media with fans talking, everyone on Twitter. A lot of that's reactional.
I get it, but that's still a good sign, though.
For Murray, it shows that the team at least has confidence in him, I would say. But again, it could just be a PR move. They don't want that negativity.
It could be, but I just look at it for what it is. I don't try to get too much into the PR stuff. But from what I've seen, good on him. If that was the case.
Go ahead, Jeff.
What you got to say,
Jeff? Go.
Will Kyler? Wait, could you repeat the question one more time? Will Kyler Murray
last year as an Arizona Cardinal?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Go ahead.
Abso-freaking-lutely, because literally my thing is literally the new coaching staff, new GM, new coordinator. They are cleaning. They are absolutely cleaning house. They're gonna. Everything I've seen from the Cardinals is just like, you know what? We're moving on. Getting Isaiah Simmons out of here. You got D-Hop out of there. They are clean. They are absolutely cleaning house. And if you say about when Kyler Murray comes back, that's a big if, even if he comes back, because the Cardinals literally, they might just say, you know what? Shut it down. Absolutely shut it down. And to Dante's point, if Kyler Murray does come back and ball out, well, I'll be damned. And I will give credit where credit.
Find out real soon, though.
I knew it. He had that ready. I am so sorry. I have no faith in Kyler Murray whatsoever. I will, like I've said before, I will believe it when I see it. And what I've seen before is like literally he has a decent season until Call of Duty comes out. And then Call of Duty, that's where his focus comes in. And then it's just, you know what? Like Dante said, he half misses it, football. He's like, you know what? I'll miss football. Oh wait, Call of Duty comes out. Bye. I'm gonna get injured and just focus on Call of Duty. That's what he's doing. You see this controller? You see this? This is literally what he's gonna be doing come November. Where Kyler Murray's like, you know what? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 comes out. All right, let's go. Time to focus on that. I've got to see Kyler Murray actually, if he does come back and he balls out. Well, I'll trade
Trevor Lawrence for him right now.
Listen, Dante. I would wish that would happen so that way you could finally appreciate Trevor Lawrence.
Because Kyler Murray.
But shout out to you for having the jersey on, though. Shout out. It shows that you're opening up. You're opening up.
It's a week one.
Baby steps. That's all we're asking for. Baby steps.
Yeah. Every day, Vic, let's give Dante a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause.
My sister-in-law trolled me on Christmas.
Shout out to the sister-in-law.
The disrespect.
Shout out to the sister-in-law. Come on, let's
the disrespect.
Get claps in the chat. Just random claps in the chat. Yes, thank you. Thank you so very much.
Manny, everybody in the chat, that I want that same energy at the end of the season when Trevor Lawrence ain't that great.
Yo, it's going to be hilarious because if Trevor Lawrence has a good season, your inbox is done.
Bro, I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna log off of Twitter for about a year.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna call it now.
No,
your highest rated video
is gonna be my apology video.
Dante.
You wear the jersey while you do it.
Let's make it even better, Vic. What if Trevor Lawrence wins MVP for some reason?
I better see a cardboard cutout by you every show from here on out. Like he's you and Trev. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing. You got to get the whole thing. Yeah.
But to answer Fit's question, I'll believe it when I see it. And the writing's on the wall. They're trying to move on from Kyler Murray. They're cleaning house, getting draft capital. They released Colt McCoy, and now they got Joshua Dobbs as the quarterback now. I'm like, no.
This dude said, man, this dude, Manny said, that's some next level hating when you got his jersey on too.
Yo.
Yeah, but yeah, Vic, absolutely. I want to get your point because literally by November, whenever Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 drops, this is what he's going to be doing instead of throwing that pigskin. Because unless he might be great when he comes back, but by the time that happens, they're going to be 100% dog doo-doo.
Hey, who remembers the green suit? Remember that? Coming into the game, had the green suit on. Why? Because Call of Duty was being released. That's bananas. That
You know what is
focus is where it needs to be.
Y'all talk about that the video of me apologizing gonna get the views. The video, if I'm right, is gonna get even more views because I want to make sure I take this damn Mark Brunell jersey and be like, he was the real MVP. He was the best quarterback in the history of the Jaguars.
I can only imagine that thumbnail of you just like, you're right, just, you know what I mean?
Bro, I'm gonna be on demon time in that video, bro. And then I'm gonna have a long, and you know who's on that list too. I'm gonna have a long laundry list of people that told me that I was crazy. Manny, Gene.
But Vic,
man, I can't wait.
Your first view,
and also Vic, look at this quarterback class that's coming up. I mean, you really think they're gonna pass up on Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Sam Hartman? I mean,
I'll take Michael Penix Jr. over him right now.
You make a great point because Dante was saying you don't think that they would get rid of Murray, but again, like Jeff just said, look at the plethora of talent that's coming in at quarterback. We're talking about these quarterbacks are the future of the NFL. If you're already having some issue with your quarterback and you feel like you can move on from him, wouldn't you?
And also that contract's not fully guaranteed. They will figure out a way. If they want,
I was about to say what's left on it.
If they want that contract, if they want to get a player, they'll get rid of a player. They'll take a bite out of that contract to get rid of that, because that contract, I heard this on the radio. It's not fully guaranteed. It's based off all of the injuries and just level of play. I'm gonna look that up even more, but there is a way to get out of that contract. And Dante, that quarterback class, you've been telling me that's been built different. So I think Kyler Murray, they're ready to move on.
And you know what's going to make it even more interesting is if somebody like Jaden DeLora puts on a beating this weekend from Arizona, and I'm gonna be like, I told you so. I can't wait, bro. This year's just been lined up to be Dante's quarterback year.
So I know
all the fixings to make this a marvelous year for me by the end of the year. I can't wait.
So I know Trevor Lawrence is an MVP caliber. I'm just saying hypothetical what if on that.
Nah, a lot of people think he is. A lot of people think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl too. So
stop.
But go ahead, bring us home, Vic, so we get into these predictions.
That was the last question.
Now, what do you think? You think this?
For me,
yeah.
I think with Arizona, like I mentioned before, they have no problems of releasing the player. They have no problems of cutting ties with anyone. I think right now, again, depending on what happens this year, if there's any issue, any incident with Kyler Murray, I guarantee you this will be the last year of him being a quarterback with the Cardinals. Because when you think about it this way too, like I said, if you have an issue with the quarterback, you have probably one of the best quarterback classes in some time. You need to take advantage of that now. You can't be a team to wait on it and wait till next year and see who comes out. No. You need to capitalize that on this now. And you have a huge piece to move up in Kyler Murray, because there are teams like the Raiders, the Titans, that I'm pretty sure, and like I said before, the Vikings, that would be interested in his services and that would be able to get you what you need to move up for the first pick. So I think right now it all depends on Kyler Murray. Can the Arizona Cardinals do that? I believe they have no problem with moving on from him. Will they right now? That all depends on Murray.
Show me something. Show me something. Literally, show me something this year.
This is literally a prove-it year.
I have no faith. I have no faith. I'm sorry, Dante, but no.
Hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's the beautiful thing about sports. It's that none of us really know until it happens.
Well, I'll say this one more thing, too. If the Arizona Cardinals have a bad season, I don't necessarily think that's going to be Murray's fault. For me, all on Jonathan Gannon. If you've seen that introductory meeting he had, who drove here today? You really lost a team. He lost a team with his introduction. Who drove here today? Everybody looked around like, what the hell is he talking about? And even when he explained his point, they still had those same faces. I agree. I don't see him staying around Arizona. I'll say this. Who has a better chance of leaving Arizona after this season? Jonathan Gannon or Kyler Murray? I say Gannon.
You think one and done?
One and done.
The wrong Philadelphia coordinator went to the wrong team.
I think they both went to the wrong team, to be honest. Shane Steichen got
well, that's what I'm saying. They should have flopped spots.
Yep.
Because Gannon would have had more to work with. That would be an interesting question. Because if we think about it, Gannon would have had more to work with their defense than he does with the Cardinals defense. At least he probably could have kept them in more games with the Colts than Shane Steichen with that offense. And Shane Steichen's offensive prowess could have kept the Cardinals in more games this year than the defense would have.
Well, not even his offensive prowess. The relationship that he could have built with Kyler Murray. So let's be honest. One thing about Jonathan Gannon, he isn't good building relationships with his players. That's something he's already known for. I think Shane Steichen, on the other hand, not saying he would have coddled him, but I think he would have had him conform to what the Arizona Cardinals want from him.
And Jonathan Gannon probably would have drafted Jalen Carter or Devin Witherspoon. Think about that. Think how that would have shifted too. It wouldn't have been Anthony Richardson.